So, as I said, we're talking about predictive AI here. I want to do a little experiment here. And we're going to do it in the chat, and I'm going to ask you please to listen to the instructions carefully and follow the instructions that I've got for you exactly, to try and make this as fair as possible. So I'm going to ask you to think of a random number from 1 to 50. Okay, so from 1 to 50, think of a number, and now listen carefully please. I'm going to ask you to type the number in the chat, but don't press enter. Okay, so if your number was 42, you type 42 in the chat, but don't press enter just yet. And then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, go, and everyone press enter at the same time, just so you're not influenced by what you see other people typing in. All right, so everyone's got their number. Please type it in the chat. Don't press enter just yet. I'll give you a few seconds to do that. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. All right, let's see what we get. And it's a random number, right? So we should get a range everywhere, right? We should get a range of numbers. And if it's truly random, and if we had a much larger group, you can expect that things would come out randomly. Okay, thank you everyone for doing that. So it looks like there's a couple of numbers which are quite big. There's 36, 27, 33. So I made a prediction before we started today. It's been sitting there on my shelf here, and I predicted that the number you would choose as the most popular would be 27. Ta-da! Ta-da! Okay, so how to do that, right? So here's the way it works. And 27, as you saw, was one of the most popular numbers. The reason that works and that my prediction was correct is because if you ask people to choose a random number between 1 and 50, they don't choose a completely random number. So typically people don't choose 1, 2, or 3. It doesn't seem really close to the end. They wouldn't choose 48, 49, 50. They might not choose a number with the same digits. So if you ask people to choose a random number, they will, like the research shows that the most common number they get is 27. Okay, which is how I came up with my prediction there. And by the way, the second most random is 37. So I had that one prepared as well, just in case you came up with that one. And the third most common is 42. But I kind of poisoned the world there by talking about 42 up front to try and get you not to choose that. And as you saw here, most people do. I don't think anyone chose that one there. Okay, so what's the point here? The point here is not just that I can do cool magic tricks on online presentations, but this is what happens with AI. So AI gathers huge amounts of data about us, and then using that can make predictions. In fact, if you go to ChatGPT or Copilot on any of the other AI tools and ask it, if you say, give me a random number from 1 to 50, there's a pretty good chance it'll give you 27. Okay, not because it's broken and it can't give you proper random numbers, but because it's been trained on huge amounts of data from people. And so it's not picking a real random number, it's picking the number that many people would choose if they were asked for a random number. So the point I'm making is that we like to think that we're unique and everybody's different, and we absolutely are, but we're more alike than we like to think. And so the way that predictive AI works is it makes decisions based on what it knows about people in the world. And even if it knows a tiny bit about us, then it can still make predictions about what we'll do because we're very much like other people.